Hi, and welcome to my video on top strategies for the ADIT exam success. My name is Borys, and I've been preparing people for the ADIT transfer pricing exam for many years. And here are the main things that make successful students. There are 6 pillars or 6 focus areas that you need to consider when you're preparing. So, point number 1, early and consistent study. Begin preparation as soon as possible. Once you decided that you are going to take the ADIT exam, start preparing immediately, because then you can start with short daily study sessions instead of long cramming sessions closer to the exam. Next, point number 2 is leverage online learning resources. You can use Start Tax Education ADIT course, meaning my course, for tailored online sessions. But even if you don't have access to the course, you can still prepare pretty well with free resources. You will just spend much more time on that. And you just need to balance your study with other priorities in life. What you need to do there is to focus on building a solid foundation in key transfer pricing concepts, not just memorizing stuff. This way, you will be able to apply your skills and knowledge in various situations and scenarios that the exam will have. Next, point number 3, dive into regional sources and especially OECD guidelines. United Nations Manual is also a very important source, but OECD guidelines is key. Read the OECD guidelines in manageable sessions. This is a key resource. You will still need to read some part of it. In my course, I walk you through the main areas that you will, or the main sections that you will need to read. But if you don't have access to the course, just break it down and have it planned. Next, point number 4, study key court cases. I'm not a big fan of court cases questions in the exam because you need to memorize a lot of information about the court cases to present them during the exam, and you cannot really use those court cases as available materials during the exam. That's why it relies most on memorizing. If you like memorizing stuff, maybe that's a good option for you. But for everyone else, what you need to do is to familiarize yourself with those most important transfer pricing decisions that are presented in ADIT syllabus, and then focus on understanding the applications of those principles and how they were applied by tax authorities and by taxpayers, rather than just memorizing details. Then point number 5 is practice with past papers. This is crucial because those are essentially materials that will allow you to prepare for real exams that you will face. Use the past papers from the website to understand what is expected from you, what you will need to know, how you will need to present that information. And then I recommend employing 2 methods while preparing. So, slow research-based method is where you go through the past paper and go deep into each question and just spend time researching it and answering it. And then the second method is time-bound exam-like practice, where you take the past paper, set the timer for 3 hours, 15 minutes, and then try to solve it. That's the best way. And then here we build on top of that with number 6, which is mock exam experience. In my course, you have mock exam, which is like a real exam with the questions that you may face in that exam, and then it guides you through all the steps that you will need to take during the exam and forces you to solve the questions and solve the problems in exam-like nature. This way, we ensure that you are well prepared for the real-life exam. And then I also provide a feedback on improvement of weak areas. So when I identify that you're not really good at this or that topic, like method application or intangibles or cost contribution arrangements, I will highlight that and work with you to ensure that this area will be covered, and you will cover that from the knowledge and skill perspective to ensure that your exam is successful. If you want to prepare for the exam effectively and spend less time, you may want to consider taking my course, which is at www.starttax.com. On average, you would spend less time, about 60% less time preparing for an exam with the course if you would be just using free resources, and you will increase your chances twofold to pass this exam based on the statistics that I've got from my students. Around 98% of students pass the exam from the first try after taking my course. And in the course, I also include more successful learning strategies and guide you through the exam preparation. Thank you, and bye for now.